In contemporary Hollywood cinema, the issue of race has been a relevant and controversial topic that I would like to discuss in this video. Race representation has evolved in media and has changed significantly over the years, as opinions and trends have changed society's views of different cultures that aren't exclusively white American. It is important to recognise just how significant race is in society and today's values. When you watch a Hollywood movie, can you tell me what you're most likely to see? The main cast comprised of most white actors, with those characters of different cultures being considered as other. There is a reason for this, however. According to Professor Stacy L. Smith, author of a study on inclusion in 900 movies of the last decade, says, privilege still speaks as white, straight, able-bodied men remain in the norm on on-screen film. Her report, Inequality in 900 Popular Films, released in July 31st, 2017, reveals how there had been little change in representation since 2015. Her study is the largest and most comprehensive intersectional analysis of characters in motion picture content ever. However, new analysis reveals that ethnic audiences are growing in recent years. Black, Indigenous and people of colour, or BIPOC, the BIPOC share of the US population is growing by nearly 0.5% each year, constituting 43.6% of the US population in 2023. BIPOC will become the majority within a couple of decades. Since 2022, BIPOC posted gains relative to their white counterparts in all key Hollywood employment arenas examined in the theatrical film sector, i.e. theatrical film leads, directors, writers and total actors. Despite these gains, BIPOC remained underrepresented on every major industry employment front in 2023. But the evidence is continuing to support the fact that America's increasingly diverse audiences prefer diverse content in theatrical film releases. With growing interest in diverse films brings opportunity for ethnic directors as they share their culture with their audience.
Even Spielberg did Schindler's List. Martin Scorsese did Goodfellas, right? Steven Spielberg could direct Goodfellas. Martin Scorsese probably could have done a good job with Schindler's List. But they're cultural differences. You know, I know, you know, we all know what it is when a hot comb hits your hair on a Sunday morning, what it smells like. That's a cultural difference, not just a color difference. So it's the culture.
The global COVID-19 pandemic had a huge effect on the film industry. Major studio film productions shut down after July 14th due to the SAG-AFTRA strike. After the first 2 years of the pandemic hit the theatrical industry hard, there was the possibility that a new normal might take the place of business as usual. There was the promise of diversity proclamations by Hollywood, made in the aftermath of the George Floyd murder, to change their ways. The box office juggernaut that was Barbie was a testament to the enthusiasm that female-centered films can bring back to the struggling box office. Not surprisingly, those pushing for the movie to be made were mostly women, who had to overcome various doubters along the way. For an industry that turned its back on movies marketed to women years ago, this was a wake-up call. With an opening weekend audience that was about 70% women, the film grossed $162 million, a record opening for a non-superhero film or sequel, and a record for a female director. George Jessel said, "You give the people what they want and they'll come." The audience for ethnically diverse-centered films is growing and will continue to do so. Since the pandemic, there has been an outcry for media that includes a wide variety of racial groups. People want to be seen and heard, and the film industry has needed a fresh start. From the data, we can see that people are getting what they want. Diversity in film is becoming more mainstream, and the appetite for these films is growing with each year. And as time passes, we will expect to see bigger budgets for diverse films. And it will be more likely to see Oscar-nominated films produced by people of colour, such as with Moonlight in 2016.